Please be seated. The court is now in session. Today, the chamber hears testimony of a witness through TCW 920 through a video link from Battambang province. We also have a reserved witness whom we heard yesterday. And today the witness is a reserved witness. Mr. Sakovati, please report the attendance of the parties and other individuals to today's proceedings. Grazie, Mr. President, for today's proceedings. All parties to this case are present. And Mary Giro, the international lead co-lawyer for third parties, who will be absent for the first session today for personal reasons. Mr. Nunchi is present in the holding cell downstairs. He has waived his rights to be present in the courtroom. The waiver has been delivered to the greffier. The witness who is to testify today, that is to TCW 920, confirms that to his best knowledge, he has no relationship by blood or by law to any of the two accused, that is Nunchi and Keo Sampon, or any of the civil parties admitted in this case. The witness took an oath on the 5th of December 2016, and he is testifying via video link from Battambang. He also has Mr. Mom Ratir as his duty counsel. We also have a reserved witness waiting to be called by the chamber. And it has been informed that the video link is established and the witness is ready to testify. President, thank you. The chamber now decides on the request by Nunchi. The chamber has received a waiver from Nunchi dated 6 December 2016, which states that due to his health, that is headache, back pain, he cannot sit or concentrate for long, and in order to effectively participate in future hearings, he requests to waive his right to be present at the 6 December 2016 hearing. Having seen the medical report of Nunchi by the duty doctor for the accused at the ECCC, dated 6 December 2016, which notes that today Nunchi has a lower back pain and feels dizzy when he sits for long, and recommends that the chamber shall grant him his request so that he can follow the proceedings remotely from the holding cell downstairs. Based on the above information and pursuant to Rule 81.5 of the ECCC internal rules, the chamber grants Nunchi his request to follow today's proceedings remotely from the holding cell downstairs via an audio-visual means. The chairman instructs the AV unit personnel to link the proceedings to the room downstairs so that Nunchi can follow. That applies for the whole day. And before we begin hearing testimony of witness to TCW 920, the chamber notes that this witness has been interviewed in an ongoing investigation in another case, and the International Co-Investigating Charge put this witness in Group A in his memorandum, that is E319/35, and requests that pseudonyms shall be used for this witness in order to protect the confidentiality of the investigation. The chamber deems this limited measure is legally appropriate in this case. And this instruction shall take into account the balance between the need for public hearings and the integrity of the investigation. The Chamber reminds the parties that they shall adhere strictly to the instructions in document E319/7 for the use of documents which have been disclosed from other cases. And the Chamber, through Visu, provides duty counsel to this witness during his testimony, and the counsel is Mom Ratir. Good morning, Mr. Witness. Again, good morning, Mr. Witness. Witness, yes. President, witness, are you ready to testify? Witness, yes, I am ready. President, thank you. And per the request by the International Co-Investigating Judge, throughout the proceedings to hear your testimony, you only be referred to by pseudonym, that is to TCW 920, and generally parties will refer to you as witness. And the Chamber will not allow parties, including judges of the bench, to refer to your full name in this public proceeding. And because the witness is elderly, although he can read, the Chamber requests Mom Ratir to assist the witness. And if there is the case, please, you should only whisper to the witness. And Mr. Mom Ratir, the graphic actually prepare a document for the witness to view, that is E3/9473 at Khmer EN 0094 5416, English 0097 6956, and French 0096 7262. Please show the document to the witness so that he can read the highlighted portion in orange. Specifically, that is your full names, nationality, date of birth, place of birth, occupation, the names of your parents, your wife, and the number of your children, whether the information is correct. And after you read it, please simply say it is correct or not correct. Witness, it is correct. President, thank you. And Mr. Witness, the graphic made an oral report that you are not related by blood or by law to any of the two accused, that is Noti and Keo Sampon, or any of the civil parties admitted in this case. Is the report correct? Answer, yes, it is correct. President, have you taken an oath according to your belief and religion? Answer, yes. President, Mr. Witness, have you taken an oath that according to your religion before you appear to testify before us? Witness, I have. President, thank you. And the Chamber would like to inform you of your rights and obligations as a witness. Your rights as a witness in the proceedings before the Chamber you may refuse to respond to any question or to make any comment which may incriminate you, that is, your right against self-incrimination. Your obligations as a witness in the proceedings before the Chamber, you must respond to any questions by the bench or relevant parties, except where your response or comments to those questions may incriminate you. And as a witness, you must tell the truth that you have known, heard, seen, remembered, experienced, or observed directly about an event or occurrence relevant to the questions that the bench or parties pose to you. And Mr. Witness, have you been interviewed by investigators from the Office of the Co-Investigating Judges of the ECCC? Answer: the interpreter cannot hear the witness properly. President, witness, have you been interviewed by investigators from the Khmer Rouge Tribunal? Answer: yes. Question: and before you appear before us, have you read or have it read out to you, that is regarding your written record of your interview with the investigators in order to refresh your memory? Answer: yes, I have. President, and to your recollection, does the written record of your statement conform to what you told the investigators? Answer: yes, I have read it in full. President, and because the witness is old, that is, he is 93 years old, and it is also difficult to hear him when he speaks. So, parties, please make sure that your questions are short and precise so that the witness can answer your questions. And pursuant to Rule 91 bis of the ECCC, the Chamber grants the floor first to the co-prosecutors before other parties, and the combined time for the co-prosecutors and the lead co-lawyers 2 court sessions.
Good morning, Mr. President. Good morning, Your Honors. Good morning to all parties. Good morning, witness. My name is Vincent de Wilde, and I'm going to put a few questions to you on behalf of the co-prosecutors. If you do not understand one of my questions, please ask me to repeat that question, and I will also ask you to provide me with concise answers. If I need more detail, I will put other questions to you. So try to answer as precisely as possible to the questions that are put to you. And I'm aware of the fact that the facts are old and it's not very easy to remember them. So if you do not remember something, simply tell us that you do not remember. So I have a few topics to discuss. First, your general personal history before the capture of Phnom Penh, and in particular what you did in the 1950s and 1960s with Ruhnim and Tanunchia. And then I'll have a few questions regarding your duties after 17 April 1975, and I will focus then on the arrests that took place in the Northwest Zone before and after the arrest of Rusnim. So first, regarding the 1950s and 1960s, could you tell us when exactly you joined the revolution and for which leader did you work?
I joined the revolution in 1969. And in fact it was 66.
You mentioned rather the 1950s in your various statements, so are you sure that you're not mixing up 1966 with 1956? In particular, I'm referring to WRI E3/9473 at answer 2. You said that you joined the Khmer Isarak, or that you were with the Khmer Isarak until 1954, and then you joined the Khmer Rouge in 1956, thanks to the sponsoring of Ahbat.
During the 50s, I was with the Isra movement, and at around 66, I joined the Khmer Rouge.
So, did you work with Rutnim and Nunchia, and if yes, when?
That happened a long time ago. I was assigned as a courier between Battambang and Phnom Penh.
How did you fulfill your duties? Who appointed you as a messenger between Phnom Penh and Battambang?
At that time, it was Ruhnim.
And in Phnom Penh, to whom would you deliver messages?
Nunchi was in Phnom Penh.
Fine. So, as of which year did you work as a messenger between Nunchia and Ruhnim? And up until which period?
I worked as a messenger since 1966.
Well, I know that it might be hard for you to remember the dates, but in your WRI E3/9473, this is what you said at answer 2. In 1960, Dat Nun Chia appointed me messenger for Tahnim. I had to carry his letters from Battambang to Phnom Penh to give them to Nun Chia. In 1966, I fled to hide in Samlot district. End of quote. Because I was denounced. So does that correspond to your memories that you were a messenger between 1960 and 1966, when you were a messenger between Ruhnim and Nun Chia?
After the information was leaked, I fled to the forest.
So when you worked as a messenger between Nun Chia and Ruhnim, or rather when you worked as a messenger for Ruhnim delivering messages to Nun Chia, did both of these leaders trust you?
Yes, they trusted me. That's why I was assigned as a messenger to carry messages back and forth. So when they knew that I could work for them, they allowed me to work. But in 1966, I went into hiding in Samlot.
So you enjoyed Ruhnim and Nun Chia's trust between 1960 and 1966, but later, during the DK regime, that is to say between 75 and 1979, did both of these leaders still trust you?
Yes, they trusted me.
Can you tell us what Nun Chia's role was in the 1960s within the party?
After they trusted me, later on I was enrolled as a party's member.
What was Nun Chia's role in the party back then? Was he one of the main leaders?
Nun Chia was in Phnom Penh.
Do you know if he had any position within the standing committee of the party?
I only knew that he worked in Phnom Penh and I worked for Ruhnim. He sent me to carry messages back and forth.
À l'époque,
Back then, within the party, who was of a higher rank than the other? Was it Nuncia or was it Ruhnim? Was it Nuncia who held the highest rank, or was it Ruhnim?
President, witness, please hold on. And Councillor Copper, you have the floor.